Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to go over Jasmy and do an update here. So taking a look on the weekly time frame, we have seen a change in our weekly candlestick. Most importantly here, I don't believe again it is a hanging man candlestick as the characteristics here have changed from red to a green candle. The body itself is kind of coming into the middle of our candlestick, which again does kind of show some indecisions, but we have seen a lot of stride here in terms of the bulls pushing the price, and we're going to see it in the shorter time frame for 4 hours. As you guys are following Jasmy itself, we have reached really good areas of resistance. Again, we are going to take a look at that 4 hours, but it is looking very, very bullish here as a potential close above the 61% in the weekly candle may continue us coming up and retesting our next area of our fib at 0.030. We do see the momentum very strong here for the MACD indicator. Thank you guys so much for pointing that out here. The histogram itself here does look very, very strong. Again, long term, we're looking for this bullish trend itself to continue on. Even though the RSI is at 64%, very neutral, still not considered as overbought. We may see the price kind of consolidate in shorter time frames going into the daily time frame. So let's take a sneak peek and kind of take a look at what's happening here. So taking a look here, we do see some action in terms of Jasmy in the previous candlestick. Here again, we did see a little bit more of an indecision from the bulls to the bears, but kind of taking a look at this green candlestick, we know that the bulls kind of push the price even higher. That does kind of come in with the overbought kind of signaled right at 70%. We didn't see the RSI kind of come up even more than the 70%. It just kind of seemed like 70% was the cap here for Jasmy in this candle itself. So we may see the price kind of come down, retest areas of support, and then possibly consolidate. The only thing is that if we are going to come down because of the overbought signal, because of the MACD indicator showing just a little bit of weakness, we want to make sure we do a short correction on the downside, as this is, a good correction to make in terms of the price continuing up in a uptrend trajectory. But what we want to make sure is that we maintain above our 61%. If we drop any further down, if you guys see the previous holding onto support at 50%, it is only going to make a very steep correction and not a healthy correction in terms of strong momentum building for the bulls. So I want to say if we do make a correction down, we want to keep above the 61%, ideally 0.025. That will make a short correction downwards in hopes to retest and close above our immediate resistance on the daily time frame of 0.02657. Going into the day or the shorter time frame here for 4 hours, this has been crucial here because we've seen bullish strengths in the last 4 hours. Most importantly, in the last couple of hours here, I know you guys have been watching the video itself and watching Jasmy ultimately break through this resistance line itself. So the resistance that we were taking a look at here was 0.02632. In order to maintain this uptrend, we should have held this resistance as an area of support. Again, this 4 hour currently as we're filming here is not finished, so we could possibly see this wick extending down to an area of support before this candle it closes itself. When we take a look at some of our indicators here, the RSI dropped or only maintained at 70%. Again, this is overbought territory when it comes to Jasmy. We have seen higher RSIs at 89%, even at 87%. So we know that it is possible for the RSI to come up here. But if we take a look again at our daily time frame, we hit around the 70%, and then the weekly, I'm not even going to get to the weekly, but the daily time frame itself, 70% was kind of capped off. So we're seeing major resistance in terms of the RSI around the 70%. So, I mean, that is only good education. That's good information that we can use for the future. But if we take a look at possible areas of support, because we can only imagine that people are profiting from Jasmy at this pivotal point here, especially after this breakthrough of our resistance. So again, if we wanted to come up and retest the 0.027 and hopefully break above it, ideally we did want to hold this resistance, kind of treat it as an area of support of 0.026. That doesn't necessarily mean this uptrend is broken. It can mean that we do a short support area around our 61%. Again, this area was treated as an area of resistance and then as treated as an area of support. So we may see this bounce from the 61% and then continue our uptrend. This will be a healthy correction on the downside, so long as we don't pass this price point of 0.0248. Again, that would be steep correction, possibly ruining the uptrend itself because it made the same low as this previous low itself. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the volume profile and kind of do a fixed range, and this will kind of show us a good area of where the price has generated the most volume. And the purpose of this indicator is just simply taking a look at these clusters where the volume itself was the most at the dollar amount, and we treat this as an area of support and resistance. So this cluster right here generated the most volume from 0.02576 to 0.02531. So this top area here of our volume profile, this is going to be possibly treated as an area of support because the price is observed at the very top here. As soon as the price moves from different clusters in a downward section, it is only going to be retracing to the next higher volume area. So we may retest just slightly above the 61%. Again, that still gives us a good, healthy correction to really lift the momentum on the bull trend for immediate short term for 4 hours. We may see a crossover here for our RSI and our signal line that does trigger that sell signal for people, especially in the 4-hour time frame. So again, that area of support, we are hoping that we do kind of stay in this cluster as it generated the most amount of volume at this dollar amount. But let me know what you guys think down below here. We have changed extremely bullish here on the weekly time frame, seeing that this candlestick is now green itself opposed to a possible hanging man candlestick. So far long term looking very bullish, but again, we are going to be following this every single day to kind of take a look at some characteristics before some coins itself, they do consolidate sideways. So that's something that we're going to consider as well for Jasmy, if the price is going to kind of go from resistance to an area of support before the continuation of this bull run itself. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, tuning in, and again, showing me the supports in the comments. You guys know who you are and who you guys are, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.